for that introduction. Good morning, everybody. It's great to see so many people along here today, and it's great to see so many familiar faces here today. And I want to thank Lorraine for asking me to come along today. She asked me to do two things. So if Lorraine asks you to do something, you do it. She's asked me to do two things, so I'll do them. One was to come along, and the second was to make sure that we all have a common understanding of what intergenerational practice is. So if Lorraine tells me to do it, then I'll have to make sure I do that. So I just want to read that out, so we start off on the day on just a clear common purpose. And what intergenerational practice is, it aims to bring people together in a purposeful, mutually beneficial activities which promote greater understanding and respect between generations and contributes to building more cohesive communities, building on the positive resources that the younger and older have to offer each other through Around Them by Beth Johnston Foundation 2019. So I think I'm not in bother for the rest of the day now, because I've done what I'm doing. I also just wanted to just really briefly just mention a little bit about the East Lothian Integration Network, and that's been happening within the county, and that's been funded by the community's Mental Health and Wellbeing Fund. So we're extremely grateful for the resources that they have provided for the work to be carried out, and they've done lots of work in focusing on local activity and promoting better understanding of the benefits of integrational work. And that's been spearheaded by Lorraine and Sue and Pat and lots of other people. So I think today we just want to recognise all the work that you would have seen, many of the events that you might have attended yourself, lots of activities that you might have seen on Facebook. So I think if we just put our hands together just to recognise that work that's gone on in the county. East Lothian is now one of the second fastest growing local authority areas in Scotland, and what that means is that we've got a growing population. We've got a growing population of older people, and we have a growing population of younger people, which is really unique as when you look around Scotland when you've got population decline in other areas. So today I'm really excited. I was saying to Suzanne, I was really excited about today's event, about the potential that we have in East Lothian and the potential of the work that's happening. We have a really strong network of secondary schools, we have a strong network of day centres, and the potential for those joining together and working is huge. But what we know are the benefits of intergenerational work. We all know that it improves health and well-being, it removes barriers, it connects people together and brings generations and communities together. It will benefit the feeling of belonging, which is really important, and breaking down barriers, tackling ageism, reducing the crippling effects of social isolation and loneliness. And we know these are some of the areas that pre-pandemic and post-pandemic that our communities are really affected by. We have 6 geographical areas across East Lothian and really strong communities in each of those, and I think the potential there is absolutely huge of those working together and connecting together to make sure that we get the best outcome. And I think we're really quite clear about the common purpose that we have in East Lothian. We want the best outcomes for our children and young people. We want the best outcomes for our older people. We want our older people to feel a sense of belonging in their local communities, to live in their homes, but feel that they're living in their community with dignity and respect. And we know the powerful benefits of intergenerational work really follows through in that. And so for us as a county, there's huge amount of potential there. But I'll just finish off by saying that we're in a really, I think all that places us, and I said to Suzanne before I got up, it places us in a really strong position. And she said, well, why do you say that? And I've mentioned some of the reasons why of building on that work. But I think we have great people locally that are spearheading the intergenerational practices. We have great people working in our local communities and our local community organisations, the voluntary and community sector. If you look at the dementia meeting centres, our day centres, and we've got a huge network of youth organisations. So the potential in our local communities is really huge, and what we have to do, we have to keep joining those dots. And I know that we can do that because we all have a shared common goal and a shared common purpose of creating stronger communities and making sure that East Lothian and the county is the best county for intergenerational practice, but we get the best outcome for our children and our young people, and we get the best outcomes for our older people today. So today is about sharing that good practice. I'm really pleased that Suzanne and Alan can come along today. And Suzanne is a great friend of East Lothian. She's been here a number of times and spoken to us, and when you came along to the support from the start, we were looking at how we rebooted the Musselburgh support from the start. So I'm really grateful for you to come along, and also to Alan as well, and just help and support us. But also, I think it's a day to recognise the good work that's happening across East Lothian, and give recognition to all the people that are doing that good work. And at the end of the day, it's making sure that we get the best outcome for our communities.